good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Coach Phill here, high performance coach and creator of the world-class speaking event. Hey, listen, I've been getting a lot of questions about how do we get better at speaking? How do we get this? There's so many questions that I get. So I decided I'm going to do a series of question and answers where I'm answering some of the questions that you people have been asking. Most importantly, giving you what world-class speakers do to deal with some of the challenges that you might find on stage. In today's video, and I bet you're going to love this one. In today's video, I want to discuss how to deal with your ums, ahs, you knows, you know those things that you say, like I just used again, because those knows and you see those kind of spoil your presentation. Okay, so what do you do, or how do you deal with those? Okay, and these are quick videos, 2, 3, 4 minutes, so that you can begin to get better. You can begin to get better as a presenter. Most importantly, you can begin to live the life of your voice changes everything. Okay, so today, how do you deal with your arms, ums, and your nose? Number one, always take time to prepare more than anybody else. That's number one. Prepare. It doesn't matter if you're preparing for a 5-minute presentation, you got to prepare for 20 minutes. If you're preparing for 1 hour presentation, you got to prepare for 3 hours. Why? Always be better prepared. That will prevent the arms and ums and knows, because you're in the flow, because you know your stuff, because you practice it enough. Okay. Number two, practice it out aloud. Okay. Get a mock. I like to sometimes just get a mock audience and practice out loud the parts where you might kind of struggle a little bit. Okay, learn to be your greatest listener as well, because when you're practicing, you need to be, I say every time, you need to be the most alert person when you're training, when you're speaking. Why? You need to listen to what you're saying, therefore you will flow better. Okay. Number two, pause, because silence is golden. There's nothing as beautiful as being on stage, you're flowing, and then you deliver a great point, and at that stage where you might lose your flow, just pause and take a deep breath. In the public speaking, for the world-class public speaking training, we call it going back into expanded awareness, regathering yourself, and then being able to connect again. Take your time, pause. You don't have to rush through. You're not being paid by the word, okay? Take your time, pause, and then recollect yourself. Go back and say, what was I supposed to do today? What are the main points? Where was I? And then get back into it, okay? By the way, most of the time, the audience will not realize that you're pausing because you've forgotten what you had to say. No, they might think, wow, what a great presenter. He's so collected, she's so collected, okay? So remember to pause. Next, know your stuff. Know your stuff, know your stuff. Yes, I'm saying it again. Know your stuff better than anybody else. Prepare. Okay, most of the time that people lose it on stage is because they've been prepared enough. They go on, they take much more time doing other things than preparing for presentation. If it is important to you, prepare for it. Okay, so when you get on stage, you know your stuff and you're flowing, you're doing what you have to do. Next, this is a great one, and I use it all the time. When you're flowing up to the end of your first point or before the next point. Take a break, take a glass of water. Okay, take a break, take a glass of water. What does that do? Number one, it lets everybody know that, guess what? We are now transitioning to the next part. Number two, it gives everybody permission to relax a little bit, okay? And know, you know what? It's time to have a glass of water. It's time to relax. You'll see great presenters will stop and take a glass of water. Why? They're recollecting themselves, but they're also sending a message to the audience that, hey, it's okay, we can relax, but also prepare for the next part of the presentation. And then finally, increase your connection with your audience. Increase your connection with engagement. Ask questions. Ask what their names are. Connect with them. We talk about finding out more about your audience before. I think in one of the series, I will shoot a video on how to prepare like a pro. Okay, connect with them. Find out who they are. Get some names. Crack some jokes. In doing that, it will get you to relax more. It will get you to relax better. Most importantly, the arms, ums, and your nose will disappear before you know it. So until next time, remember that your voice changes everything, okay? Hopefully we can catch up with you on the world-class speakers event. Find some time, come let us interact and let us take you to another level of performance. Be strong, live with passion, and I'll see you on the other side of success.